Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am making a Thanksgiving card and I am using one of the sketches from Kendra's card challenge number 12. I'm using sketch number 8 today, and then I'm going to be using Simon Says Stamp, the adhesive transfers, and some foil transfer sheets. This actually came in a monthly box back in November, I think last year. And then these are the papers that I'm going to use. You can see I already cut a circle out of that dark orange as the base of one of my papers, and then these are the two patterns I am using. The great thing about Kendra's card challenge is that she does all the measurements for each individual sketch, so you don't have to make all 15 cards. Here I'm just showing you, I didn't have the right size of circle, so I found, I think this is washi tape, and I just drew around it, and then I cut around it. And then I'm making this a little bit my own. Instead of the strip of paper that goes across the middle, I am going to use some twine. So let's get started here. So I am starting off with a white base. I'm doing top folding today, which is different for me. I usually do side folding, but changing it up a little bit. I'm just going to put some tape runner on this beige piece of paper. Most of my cardstock I get, at least the colored cardstock, I usually get from Joann's or from Hobby Lobby, just because I like the bulk that I can get there and the variety of colors. So I'm just attaching the orange there to that beige, and then I'm going to add some pattern paper. I chose pattern paper with this one because I want to start using up this collection. This collection is actually called Art Options Spice. It's $49 in Market. It was actually one of the free packs that came with my scrapbook.com order, so it was actually a really nice little set, and then it has some cutouts that you can do, and I'm really excited to do a few cards with this, so be looking for those videos in the future. I did realize as I was making this that I need to put down a couple of my pattern circles first, and then wrap that twine around it because it's only supposed to go over that top base. So in the actual cutting guide, that back plaid circle would actually only be a half circle if you were following the cutting guides. Since I am just doing one card, I just decided to keep it a full circle, mostly because it's easier on my brain. But then I am just adding some double-sided tape to my twine just to kind of keep it there. There is a little bit of that tape runner on the back of that paper, but this just keeps it down even more. And then I'm wrapping that a couple of times there and adding another piece of that tape runner. I'm so sorry, guys, about all the ums. I try. But I struggled getting this one off. But, if you can't get the one side, get the other. So I am going to bump this up with some foam tape. I'm not going to make you watch me struggle too much here. The twine does create a little bit more of some depth, so just putting on glue would create a noticeable bump. So I am going to do foam tape because we love dimension anyway. And then I'm going to attach that. I did put a little bit of glue on that foam tape. That just gives me a little bit more time, a wiggle room, so that I can make sure it's actually lined up correctly. Because if you guys watch my videos, I struggle with lining things up nicely. And then I am going to put some more foam adhesive on that orange circle, just so that there isn't a bump from the twine. Because we like dimension here, and this gives us a reason to do it. I'm adding a little bit of glue just so it gives me that wiggle room, which I did have to take this off camera a little bit to line it up because when I first put it on, the twine was getting stuck underneath the foam. So, and then I am going to try to do the, the foil adhesives. Oh, guys, I struggled so much with this. I am just following the directions, and I read the directions, and I read the directions, and I still struggled with it. So learn from my mistakes. You do peel the back adhesive off, or the back little liner off, and then you stick your leaf to the circle, right? Okay, so then you're going to use, it says to use whatever platforms you use for like small wafer dies, which, I'm pulling out my lovely, blue Platinum 6 from Spellbinders here, and that didn't give enough pressure, and that didn't give enough pressure. I kept adding more shims and trying to do it multiple ways. Oh, guys, the reason I struggled is because I kept thinking the black leaf was supposed to come off. The black leaf doesn't come off. You see, if you can see real slow, there we go. It's clear adhesive. And I kept trying to get the black to come off. And so anyway, my first pressure probably was enough-ish, or even with a couple shims, and that would have been fine. So I struggled with this for like 10 minutes for no reason. And then you just burnish your foil to your adhesive. You're supposed to run it again, but I didn't have enough, or it just didn't quite work out. So I am just using my bone folder to burnish that on there, which works wonderfully. So I would even say you could probably skip running the foil through as an additional pressure with your die cutting machine, and just burnish it, because it worked well. And that's what you do if you do like a line of adhesive and put the foil on, you just burnish it. So it came out really well. There was a little bit of foiling that didn't quite attach it, no matter how much I rubbed on it. But you know what? We're going to hide that with the sentiment. So no one will know. No one will know. It's still pretty. I love the shine it gives, and it was fun doing something different. And I am looking forward to doing this again. So I am just taking a sentiment from that stamp set. It's one from Simon Says Stamp. I believe it came with this whole kit. And I'm pulling out my swatches that I made to find the right ink that I want to use. I believe I end up going with Simon Says Stamp Saturated Ink. Lord, they need a better title. But in the ocean color is what I decided to go with. I felt like it matched the best with what it was going to look like. And then it kind of brought in more of those blues, because this does have a lot of orange and red. And so I wanted to showcase those blues. So I am stamping it on the same beige base that I did the leaf and the very base of this card. I'm just rubbing off some of that wax, I guess. It's a newer, well, it's not a new stamp, but it's I haven't used this, so gotta do that. Guys, people are talking to me, I'm so sorry. And then I am fussy cutting it out. I get the coordinating dies here and there, but being on a budget, I can learn to fussy cut. And that's what I do. So it does say, I am thankful to know you. I am setting up to do some Thanksgiving cards. I don't think I will do as many as my Halloween, because I also need to get going on Christmas. Also, tip, don't put your sentiment on upside down. There, I almost did that. And then I am just pressing that down. I just put a little bit of that liquid glue on it. And then I am bringing out, I have this whole like gem case. I think these are originally for jewelry, but I found them at Hobby Lobby, and I'm like, I can turn those into embellishments. And they have like, I want to say 3 or 4 different sizes, but they have the blue that just worked perfectly. It matched so wonderfully. So I'm just finding some of those blues. I only chose 3 different sizes, and then I did 2 of each size, and then I'm just figuring out kind of where I want them to go. This is just my process, guys. I tend to like throw them at my card and see where they stick sometimes, or just kind of want to what looks good. I tend to work in 3s, but then you're like, oh, odd numbers are what you're supposed to do. I think I end up with 6 altogether, but they're in groups of 3. Does that count? Anyway, I like it. It's a little bit of shine. You don't have to worry about the glue. It will dry clear, as you'll see in the pictures later on. And then I did decide to take that same stamp set and do the Happy Thanksgiving also in the ocean color. I just put the stamp on acrylic block, put some ocean ink on it, and gently pressed this on here and wiggled it some and hoped that it came out, because I didn't want to have to redo it. So that is my final card. I will link all of the information about Kendra's card challenge down below, her video introducing it. It's a great challenge to use up your paper pads and then enter fun giveaways. There is a hop going on right now on Instagram that I will also link below. So check that out and maybe get something new. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.